the OnePlus Open or the Z Fold 4. Now, this is a good comparison. I'm sure there's already been comparisons of these two devices, but I want to do my comparison of these two devices. Now, I've had the Z Fold 4 for quite a while now, or over a year, and I haven't had the OnePlus Open that long, maybe I say close to 2 months. And I've had a great experience on both of these devices, but you could be in the market for a foldable device, and you just may want to know which one I think is best. Now, keep in mind when it comes to price, you're going to pay considerably less money for the Z Fold 4. I've seen this on Amazon for like $484. That's considerably cheaper than the OnePlus Open, which is still going for well over 1,000. So if you really want the OnePlus Open, I would say just wait until sometime next year or maybe the end of the year when the price goes down some more, because the price is still really high right now. Because I know most people don't want to pay over $1,000 for no device. They don't. I mean, at least the people that come to my channel don't want to spend that type of money. They just don't. A lot of people that come to my channel mostly get older devices that are dirt cheap. And I don't blame them because, you know, these devices to me are way out of control when it comes to prices. I mean, with Samsung Z Fold 7, $2,000, and you still don't get nothing in the box, nothing except a charging cable. You still got the same size battery. You still using the same what you call that? Not only the same battery, but the same battery charging speeds, which I think is utterly ridiculous. 25-watt wired charging and only 15-watt wireless charger for a $2,000 device? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's a joke to me. I mean, that's a joke. But I didn't come to rant about the Z Fold 7. Let's get into this comparison between the Z Fold 4 and the OnePlus Open. First, the OnePlus Open was, because I think I do that first, so let me turn this around this way. All right, so the OnePlus Open was released in 2023, and the Samsung Z Fold 4 was released in 2022. So there's a year. These devices are a year apart from each other. Okay. Now let's talk about design. Of course, this is always going to be subjective depending on who you are. Which device has the better design? For me, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the OnePlus Open on design. It's different. I like it a little bit better. I'm not saying the Z Fold 4 does not have a great design. It does, but I like the OnePlus Open just a little bit better when it comes to design. I just wish it was another hole there, even if it wasn't a camera, just to complete the circle. I just hate that it's just open space there. But I'm gonna go with design. I'm gonna go with the OnePlus Open. But they both have great designs. Next, let's talk about build quality. Now, without getting to the specifics of the build quality, which one feels the most comfortable and premium in my hand? I gotta go with the Z Fold 4 because it's hard to explain, but it's smooth. It's just super comfortable. It feels super premium. I mean, I'm telling y'all, this device, you could easily rock this without a case and just feel completely comfortable with it. Just completely comfortable. I love the way this feels. I love the matte back. Of course, I love this burgundy, but this device is super comfortable to hold in the hand without a case. Even though I keep all my devices in cases, super comfortable. Now, I'm not saying that the OnePlus Open has bad build quality. It does not. The build quality is excellent. You got this leatherish back. It feels great, but it doesn't feel as comfortable. It doesn't feel as, I got the perfect word, it doesn't feel as refined as the Z Fold 4 when it comes to build quality. It just doesn't. Now, that doesn't mean anything is wrong with the build quality. This device is, not super thin like these devices are coming out now, which I don't like. Super thin foldable device, I don't. This, to me, is a good thickness, even though this is a much thicker device. As you can see, you can clearly see It's not much thicker, but it's definitely a little thicker. So you can see this is a little thicker. And I'm gonna just say for me, I love this is the perfect thickness of a foldable device for me. Now, I'm not speaking for everybody else. I'm only speaking for me. I don't want nor like super thin device. I just don't. This is the perfect thickness for me. Now, it could be like flatter when it comes to this. Not that that's a big deal to me either, but honestly, the thickness of this is perfect for me. Now, I'm just speaking for me. But overall, when it comes to build quality, they both have great build quality. Here you got the you got the what you call these things. I tell you, sometimes my mind can be so fleeting. The hinge. Okay, both have nice hinges. The hinge on the OnePlus 12 is definitely smaller than that of the Z Fold 4. But like I said, but when it comes to just comfort, it's the Z Fold 4 easily. When it comes to just which one is more comfortable in the hand without a case. Okay, take that as you want, as you wish. All right, let's talk about biometrics. Now, this is something that's important to me. I can't speak for everybody else. This is important. Okay, so both have a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, which I don't like. I don't like side-mounted fingerprint sensors. Now, I'm going to be getting the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro soon, and that's going to have an in-display fingerprint sensor, which I prefer. I don't like side mounted fingerprint sensors. I'm not saying they're bad, but I just want to put my finger on the front of the display and open it right up. That's what I want. I want to go boom. As soon as I pick my phone up, I want to go boom. That's what I prefer. That's what I like. I don't like these side mounted fingerprint sensors, even though they're great. Now the side mounted fingerprint sensor on the Z Fold 4 is excellent, no problems. But the face unlock is crap. It works, but it's crap, and it ain't nowhere near as good as the OnePlus Open. It's not even close. But both have excellent side-mounted fingerprint sensors. They're both pretty much instant when you touch them. I mean, excellent. But when it comes to face unlock, it's the OnePlus Open by a mile. I'm behind the camera, and this thing can see me. Okay, you can't do that with the Samsung. You can't do that at all. So when it comes to biometrics, I'm definitely going with the OnePlus Open because the biometrics on here, whether it be the face unlock or whether it be the fingerprint sensor, both are excellent. Only the fingerprint sensor is excellent on the Z Fold 4. Next, let's talk about always on display. So now I got to cut both of these off. When it comes to always on display, there's really no competition. It's the Z Fold 4. As you can see how large they are. You can see the notifications in their own color. Now, this is only because I have not upgraded this device. It's still on One UI 6, I believe, or 1.1. I mean, or 5.1. One of them. I can't remember. Let's see. Because I can't really remember, honestly. Let's check and see which one am I currently using because I don't remember. Go to About Phone. Let me see the software information. Yeah, I'm still on 6.0. Okay. And Android 14 because I don't want to lose this always on display. And I also don't want to lose Samsung, the movie app, because the movie app in here has changed dramatically and I don't like the change. I don't. I think, let me see. Is it in here? Did I put it? No, I think I put it in here. Let me see if I can locate it real quick. There it is. The video app. See, this is the way it looks before the update. I can clearly see what everything is. It's in its own folder. I can clearly see what everything is easily. And this is just folders. If I go to video, I can still see what everything is, even with the video. This does not look like this when you upgrade this, and I'm not losing this. So I'm never going to upgrade this device. I'm just not doing it. Whether security, whether I don't care. I'm not updating this device. I'm just not doing it. Now, when you look at the video on this device, you're gonna see it looks very different. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I want to show y'all the difference. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Matter of fact, it's not even called video no more. It's just they merged it with the gallery. And this is what it looks like. Let me get to my movie. See? You got all of these movies, but you just got times. You don't know what they are. See? You don't know what they are. You see that says Netflix, but you see a bunch of time. Now this one I know is Speed Racer because I could tell, but most of them, the majority of them, they're all you see times, but you don't know exactly what it is. With this one, it's just so much easier because you can clearly, excuse me, you can clearly see what it is. If you go to folders, I know this is my Flintstone folder. This is my Christian movie folder. This is my DC movies folder. Okay. I can easily see what they are. And when they combined all of this with the video app, I mean, combine the photos, the gallery with the video app. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. They should have left it alone. So I'm never going to update this phone. Just not doing it. All right. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to go into no little rant there on that one. But when it comes to always on display, once again, let me get back to it. Samsung does a better job with the always on display because it's bigger, easier to see. Notifications are in their own color. You know, I can see my battery percentage down here. And also, keep in mind, another reason why I'm not going to update it either. Check out the always on display on my S23 Ultra. You notice that you can't see the battery percentages all the way up here in this corner. I can barely see what that is. I can't even see what it is. It used to be two of them. It used to be, as you can see, let me show you. Turn this off. Now the face unlock want to work all of a sudden. All right, you see the battery percentage right there, and you can see the battery percentage here. So you had it in two spots, underneath the date and right here. When you update to that newer version of One UI, it's way up here. It's gone from here at all, and it's not down here. I can't even see that. Now, for those of you that are young, got good eyes, God bless you. But I can't see that. I hate this. I absolutely hate it. I do like the widgets, but that's pretty much it. I hate it. So this is never going to get upgraded. But when it comes to both of these, when it comes to always on display, I'm definitely going with the Z Fold 4. Hands down, no competition. And it's way more customizable than that of the OnePlus Open. Next, button placement. Now the button placement is pretty much somewhat even, somewhat the same. It's slightly different. Let me see. Okay, now the thing I don't like, that the power button and the volume rockers are higher up than it is on the Z Fold 4. The Z Fold 4 are a little lower, and I like that better because I don't want to have to reach all the way up here to get to my volume rockers. I want to be able to turn my phone on, volume rockers right above it. They're a little too high on here. I don't like the button placement that much on the OnePlus Open. It's just a little too high because everybody doesn't have super long fingers. I don't have long fingers. Next, IR blaster. Of course, we know that only the OnePlus Open has an IR blaster, which is right here. And of course, these are all the things that you can use your IR blaster for. It's not just about TVs. So easily that goes to the OnePlus Open. Next, the cover display. Now, of course, you're going to have some people that's going to like a wider cover display, and you're going to have some people that prefer a smaller cover display, a little more narrow. Now, I don't know what the consensus is when it comes to those that really like the narrowness of the cover display as opposed to something much wider that more close to a candy bar style device. I can't say everybody's different. Me, I prefer a wider cover display, but there are some instances where I prefer the smaller one. So it just depends. I mean, it's hard. Look, everybody's different. Okay, I don't know if most people gonna pick the OnePlus because it has a much wider display, cover display, or not. I don't know. It depends on you. It depends on. Sometimes it depends on the size of your hand. Sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on you. I know people that have this device. A few people. They don't even have this device. There's other devices out there that have wider cover displays, but they keep picking Samsung. Now, it could be because of the software as well, or the familiarity, or it could be that you have to import stuff like the OnePlus Open. I mean, not import it, not really. I mean, you could get it from Best Buy and places like that. But I mean, more people are familiar with Samsung than they are with OnePlus. Most people, that's the way it is. But for me, if I had to choose, if I could only pick one, I'm definitely going to take the cover display of the OnePlus Open because I don't have to open this device to use it. A lot of times I have to open a device with this phone because it's just a little too narrow. But I love the display itself, but it's just a little too narrow. Like, let me give you an example. Let's look at the keyboard real quick. Let's look at the keyboard real quick. Okay, so I'm okay. I got to bring up the keyboard on this one. Let's see. Here we go. Alrighty. Okay, now check this out. I mean, you can see clearly that the OnePlus Open has a much bigger, wider keyboard. Is going to make it easier to type on if you type in with two hands. And if you have big, fat fingers, you're definitely not going to like the experience on the Z Fold 4. Okay, so you can clearly see you're going to have a much more comfortable time using the OnePlus Open when it comes to the keyboard, and just the cover display in general is just much bigger and wider. Okay, it's not even close. Okay, 6.3. Both are 6.3. Like they both practically the same height, honestly. But it ain't really about height. It's about width. Okay, and you can clearly see the OnePlus Open has a wider cover display. Let's talk about the inner display. So when you open this bad boy up, this is a really, really nice size display here. Sorry, y'all. Open this up. Now the dimensions are a little different. The Z Fold 4 is, I mean, slightly taller, but the OnePlus is wider. Okay, taller, wider. It depends on you. It seemed like with the OnePlus Open, no matter what angle you have it at, it's like the dimensions are perfect. With the Z Fold 4, it's not like that. It's not like when you turn it to the side, it doesn't seem like the dimensions are still even or perfect. Plus, the screen don't rotate, which I don't like. This screen should rotate. It doesn't rotate. I don't know why. Samsung devices normally rotate when you turn the home screen. I don't know what this is all about, but it doesn't. But of course, you could already see that this rotates. But it seemed like no matter what, whether you do it this landscape, or portrait mode, it's going to be it's going to be kind of perfect. Like the dimensions, the way they did it is just, to me, it just seems perfect to me. Now, which one has the better display? Man, that's tough. Because Samsung, y'all know they've been known to make the best displays on the market. I call it even. Maybe the Samsung's colors a little more punchy. I'll give them a slight edge, but for brightness, I'm going with the OnePlus Open. Definitely. Okay. So they kind of even, but I would go for Samsung. I would say the colors are a little more punchy, a little more vibrant, but the brightness goes to the OnePlus Open when it comes to the display overall. But when it comes to the inner display, I prefer the inner display of the OnePlus Open. I like the dimensions of it better. And that's just me. You may feel completely different about that. As y'all can see, it ain't the easiest thing trying to handle these devices with no cases. Difficult. All right, let's talk about the Crease. Now, of course, the Crease is something that there are people out there that, oh, I ain't never gonna buy a foldable phone if they don't get rid of that Crease. Listen, man, you're going to have a Crease. Okay, some are less noticeable than others, but there's going to be a Crease because it's a foldable device. I don't care what foldable device you get out there, and there's new ones coming out all the time. They're all going to have a Crease. Some are going to be less noticeable than others. Samsung, we already know, has been known for you being able to see the Crease only if you're looking for it. If you're looking at the phone like I'm looking at it right now, just straight up, just straight like this, you're not going to see the Crease. Only if you start doing like this and looking for it are you going to see it. Okay, when you start shifting it around certain angles, or if you're in direct sunlight, that's when you're going to see it. But Samsung does have a deeper Crease than the OnePlus Open, as you can see right here. You can see it. But like I said, when you got the phone on and you're looking at it directly on like this, you're not going to see it. Now, the OnePlus Open does do a better job with hiding the Crease. It's less noticeable. Okay, even in direct sunlight, it's there, but it's less noticeable. Now let me wipe this down a little bit. Got my fingerprints all over it. Do both. Okay, so it's definitely less noticeable on the OnePlus Open as opposed to Samsung. Samsung's, it's a lot more noticeable. It's more like a deep Crease. As you can see on the OnePlus Open, you could barely see that even in direct sunlight. They just did a better job implementing it. It's just way less noticeable. You can see that clearly. All right, so when it comes to the Crease, I'm definitely going with the OnePlus Open. Internal storage, I'm going with the OnePlus Open. Why? Because it comes with 512 gigs of storage. Now, of course, there's some of you out there that are going to say, well, the Z Fold 4 can go up to a terabyte. That's good. Are most people going to buy a terabyte of storage? Absolutely not, because they don't want to pay hundreds of more dollars to pay for one. They just not. When you come standard 512, that's what I'm talking about. And that's what the Z Fold 4 should have been. When you're paying $2,000 for a device, it should come standard with 512 gigs of storage. Now, to me, they should be a terabyte, honestly. Anytime you're talking $2,000 for a device, the standard gigage on it should be 1 terabyte. But of course, is that going to happen? No. Eventually, they'll get to 512, but they're going to milk this 256 for a while. They're going to milk it. And it's not right. OnePlus did it right. Started off with 512 from the door. Now, of course, that's the only variant that they offered, but still, you're good. Most people are going to, 99% of people are going to be good with 512 gigs of storage as opposed to only 256. Next, let's talk about RAM. From the door, also the OnePlus Open again. 16 gigs of RAM from the door. You're only getting 12 gigs of RAM on the Z Fold 4. If you want more, you got to pay more. 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage. That's the way you do it. Next, battery. Now, it ain't necessarily about the battery size, even though this is 4,800 milliamps and this is 4,400 milliamps. But when it comes to just battery life overall, it's easily the OnePlus Open. I definitely can barely make it through a day with the Z Fold 4 if I want to use the inner display, which is what I use probably 97% of the time. If not, no, I'll say about 99% of the time. It's a foldable. I want to enjoy that foldable experience most of the time. I'm using the inner display. But it doesn't matter how much I use the OnePlus Open, I'm going to easily get through a day and still have between 50 to 40 something percent battery left at the end of the day. The battery on this device is a beast, and it kills the Samsung even in standby time. Okay, when I don't use this device, I barely use any battery. Not so with the Samsung. I'm going to drain battery whether I use it or not. And I'm talking with the always on display on. I'm talking about 100% brightness. I'm talking about quad HD resolution. I'm talking about all of that. Just using the phone like crazy. The same way the Z44 can't hold up to the OnePlus Open. Not even close. And if what good is having a foldable phone, enjoying it, but you're always worried about the battery dying before you get through a day? OnePlus Open is the beast of a device. I usually can get 2 days, between 1.5 to 2 days of battery life out of this device. Next, let's talk about battery charging speeds. There ain't really much to talk about. 67-watt wired charging. Okay, I can charge this device in less than an hour. I'm looking at an hour and 15 minutes with the Z Fold 4, and it's only 25-watt wired charging, which is an absolute disgrace. I mean, that's a joke. 25 watts, an hour and 15 minutes, that's a joke. Okay? So you're going to get a faster charging device with the OnePlus Open. Let's talk about wireless charging. Now, this is where the Z Fold 4 pulls ahead because there's no wireless charging on the OnePlus Open. That's a mistake that OnePlus made when they did this device. They did everything right except no wireless charger. I don't like that. I hate that, especially for a flagship foldable device. Now, this was their first try at a foldable, and they did an excellent job. They landed on both feet. They did a great job, honestly. But no wireless charging? Come on, OnePlus. Now, I'm not saying most people out there use wireless charging. I don't know. I use it all the time, and I want wireless charging. Especially if you're going to pay over $1,000 for a device, you want everything. But at least Samsung does give it to you, even though it's only 15-watt wireless. But you still got wireless charging at the end of the day, and you could always put a MagSafe case on there and use MagSafe. So you can't really argue that. All right, reverse wireless charging also goes to the Z Fold 4 because no wireless charging on here. Of course, you're not going to get in reverse wireless charging. And I'm telling you, it's so convenient when you can put your watch on the back of your device and give it charge if you got stuck in a situation where your watch wasn't going to get through the day and you had plenty enough battery on your phone. You could just put on reverse wireless charging, give your smartwatch some charge, or a set of earbuds. You can't do that with the OnePlus Open. Of course, there's no MagSafe because there's no wireless charging. So once again, Z Fold 4 comes out on top. Next, multitasking capabilities. Now, of course, most people are going to say that Samsung has the best multitasking capabilities. I beg to differ. Now, I'm not going to get into this too much, honestly, because this is already running long as it is. You do have some flexibility with this. You can do all of this stuff. You can put your favorite thing in. You could go over here. Well, sorry, let me go back. I'm trying to get it. Okay, you can go in here and you could bring something else in there. You can have one, 3 going. Then you could open this up again. You could bring another one over there and use it as a smaller. So I mean, this is cool. Okay, this is cool. Nothing wrong with it. But I just like the way they implement the multitasking. Excuse me, multitasking capabilities. See, this is why I don't like these side-mounted fingerprint sensors. If I had the Vivo, excuse me, y'all, all I had to do was push my finger right on the inside with a fingerprint sensor. It'd be on. Sometimes I can't even find this stupid side-mounted fingerprint sensor. That's why I hate it. Excuse me. But I like this because say you're in an app and you just want to just that is just so cool, man. And then you open up another one. Look at that. Then it just comes together. I mean, that y'all just don't understand how cool that is. All you gotta do is open up one, 2 hands down, splits the screen open, and you just automatically open up another one. It come together, and of course, you can swap them. Top and bottom split. Oh, okay. So you got that. You can save as a favorite app. Left split. You can go with that. And of course, you have these three little buttons up here you could hit. And you have more. You have more options. So you go to split view. Okay, so you just split this open. Say, I want to open up another thing. See, now you got these two open, but you got this on the side. All you got to do is hit that to bring it over. That is so cool, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. You got the floating windows. So now you got this as a floating window. Okay? You got your your regular app over here, you got this as a floating window. So you can move this around and you still got your other app open over here. Just like Samsung does, just a little different. All right. So now you could expand, but still you still got this floating window. So I'm gonna get rid of this, close that out. But you can also switch this again where I think, let me see, switch app. Okay, so I can go in here and switch apps again. So it comes together. I want to show y'all something else. Let me see, split screen. But I know it can go upside down. Some kind of way is implemented what I know what I got to do. I got to do this. Wait a minute. Side swap. Okay, hold up. I know what I did wrong. I want to show y'all something. It's just so cool. All right, so I'm open this up again. Okay, I forgot. I'm open. Say I open up Spotify. So I want to top to bottom. Okay, yeah. See now it's up here. So I got my app right here, but then all I got to do is press that to bring that down. That is, man, look, that is so cool. Like, y'all don't understand how cool that is. Like, the way they implement multitasking on here, I like it better than Samsung. Seriously, I really like that. I mean, I'm telling y'all right now, I love that. I love the way they implement multitasking on the OnePlus Open better than that of the Samsung. I love it. Absolutely love it. But that's just my perspective. You may feel differently. All right, next let's talk about water and dust resistance. So with the Z Fold 4, you get IPX8, and with the OnePlus Open, you get IPX4. So the water resistance is going to be better on the Z Fold 4. All right, now when it comes to stereo speakers, it's not even close. It's no contest at all. It's the OnePlus Open by a mile. These speakers are much louder and they got nice bass. These speakers are just okay. They just okay. They're not horrible, but they're okay. They're not terrible, but they don't compete with the OnePlus Open. These speakers are the best speakers on a foldable phone that I've ever used, by far. By far. Okay? And keep in mind, you're getting triple speakers. You're getting a triple speaker setup. So you're getting 3 firing speakers. Okay? I love that. You're only getting 2 on here. All right. Let's talk performance. Which device has the better performance? Of course, some of you may say, well, you didn't update this, so it's not really fair. Listen, I know the performance will still be smooth. This one is still relatively smooth. But when it comes to just overall smoothness and performance, it's OnePlus. Listen, it will be OnePlus like it was like with the S23 Ultra against the OnePlus 12, which I have both. The performance on OnePlus is just better. The way they optimize their software, the smoothness and the speed and the touch sensitivity of the display, it's just better. Everything is just faster and quicker with the OnePlus Open. It just is. It's just now currently I'm using Nova Launcher, so I'm not going to demonstrate it because it's going to be different on here. The way you coming out of apps on here is just going to be different. Things are going to be like slightly delayed and they're going to look different, as you can see. Now, if I switch back, let me just do that for some of y'all because some people may want it. They just want to see that. Let me get the apps, go to default apps and go to, let me see. Nope, that's not it. Okay, system launcher. So it's going to go back to this. But when you use it, if you can see it, it's much smoother. much smoother. I mean, it's like silk. I mean, seriously. I mean, man, it's crazy how smooth this thing is. It's just crazy. Now I don't know why this came up talking about sign in. I'm already signed in. What? Oh, I don't know what that's all about. But it's crazy smooth. When you're scrolling, the scrolling is faster. The scroll, I mean, coming in and out of apps, everything is faster. Everything loads up faster. This is just a faster, smoother phone. Period. It just is. Even if I updated this one, it still wouldn't be as fast and smooth. It just wouldn't be. OnePlus beats the Z Fold 4 easily, hands down, when it comes to performance. Next, let's talk about software. Now, this is interesting. Now, you got the better performance overall, with the OnePlus. But when it comes to software, I got to go with Samsung. That One UI is the best Android software on the market, in my opinion. It's just the best, honestly. I mean, you got so many options. It's so customizable. Now, some people are going to say, well, I like OnePlus better. I like Google better. I like Color OS. I like Vivo. You have so many different variations of Android. But to me, the top dog is One UI, which is Samsung. This is why so many people stay with Samsung, because of the customization. I mean, come on, One UI, basically you can do any and everything with customization with your device. You can't do that with all these other OEMs, even though they're getting better and they're allowing you to do more. But One UI is still king. Next, software support. Now, both of these are getting 4 years of support. Now, we know, I think with the Z Fold 5, I believe you're getting 7 years now. But with the Z Fold 4, you're still getting 4 years of support. So both of these are even when it comes to software support, because they're both getting 4 years. Next, foldable features. Hands down, it's the Samsung Z Fold 4. You're getting way more foldable features than that of the OnePlus Open. I'm disappointed because the foldable features in this device are super limited. I mean, Paquito, they so small till I was like, where are the features? Like, what's up with this thing? But you're getting way more with the Z Fold 4. So it's no competition when it comes to foldable features. You got to go. I'm going with the Z Fold 4. Artificial intelligence, even though I don't care about either, which I told y'all before, I really don't care about, artificial intelligence. But the OnePlus Open doesn't have any. But the Z Fold 4, if I upgrade to 6.1 One UI, I'm going to get a ton of artificial intelligence, which I already told y'all I'm not doing, because I don't care about it, and I don't want to lose the always on display and that movie app. Yeah. So I'm not doing it. And my Samsung Notes, I like this version that's already on here. I don't want to upgrade it. I just don't. So, but if I did upgrade this, it would be available to me with the OnePlus Open. No artificial intelligence at all. Customization, just got finished talking about that. It's the Z Fold 4. Hands down, because of One UI, and then you got Good Lock. Good Lock takes your customization to a whole nother level. And last but surely not least is the cameras. Now, for me, and I don't do photo comparisons on this channel. I just don't. There's plenty of them out there if you want to look at, photo comparison between these two devices. But I'm going to call it even with these two, because they both give me great photos and videos, honestly. But when it comes to the inner display, which is the display you're seeing now, I'm definitely going with the OnePlus Open, because it's not under the display. The under display camera is not very good on the Z Fold 4. It's just not. But when it comes to overall, now, the zoom capabilities of the OnePlus Open is a little bit better than that of the Z Fold 4. I can zoom in a lot more on the OnePlus Open and still get a very clear picture. So when it comes to zoom capabilities, I'm definitely going with the OnePlus Open. But just photos and videos overall, I'll call it even with these two phones. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I didn't mean for this video to go this long. I really was going to try to make it 15, 20 minutes, but I don't know. Sometimes I get the rambling and ranting, so my apologies. And I know it's been a minute since I put out a video, but and this easily could have went well over an hour had I gotten, super detailed and all this stuff, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to, give you a somewhat glimpse of, comparing certain factors when it comes to these two devices. Now, if it comes down to it, which one would I pick if I had to just choose one? This is hard. I'm telling y'all now, this is hard. Oh, this is hard for me. But I'm gonna have to go with the OnePlus Open. I love Samsung. I love the software. I'm very familiar with it. Been using it for years. But I like the OnePlus Open performance. I like the dimensions of the display. I love the speakers better. Love the cameras. And I love the battery life and the battery charging speeds. And I'm getting 512 gigs of storage. And I'm getting 16 gigs of RAM. Okay? And I'm getting a wider, larger cover display. So I got to go with the OnePlus Open. And you get the charger in the box and you get a case in the box. All IR blaster, alert slider. I mean, I'm not getting none of that stuff with the Z Fold 4. But the software overall is better on the Z Fold 4. But if I had to choose, I'm definitely going with the OnePlus Open. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.